What's up, everyone? Welcome to this pop-up live. Happy Saturday to everyone. Let's see here. We are going to start. I'm going to share this photo. What I'm going to be talking about today is my van. Little update on my van. This is the van right here, with two of my favorite subjects, those two trees. I have photos of those trees for like the last 9 years now. And real quick, do that like that. I'm gonna come over here to this side. This is the van. Nope, it's this side. This is the van. Let me come over here to the chat. Let's say some hellos to Troy. Good day to you, sir. Nomadic Rat Pack. Good morning, afternoon, and evening to Rob on the road. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Troy. Hey, Dana. Thank you for being here. And Troy says he's watching The Adventures of Traveling Mike, which I do have that pin up there at the top of the chat. So if you've not been over there, it's a 24/7 live stream. Everyone is welcome there, so definitely go over there. And if you've never been there, let them know I sent you. Hey, Beth Van Life Adventures, thank you for being here. Hey, Bree at TGIF, thanks for being here. Hey, Richard Quick, appreciate you coming in. And Dana saying hello again. Saturday to you. Thank you, Beth. And we have Lucretia in the house. Thank you so much, Lucretia, for coming in here. Appreciate that so much. Ron C, welcome and thank you for being here. Thank you for the raid, the Adventures of Traveling Mike raid. Yes, please smash that like button or give me a comment. Hey, J Rock, thanks for being here. Hey, Greg, Fit for Expedition. Well, hello, Shebna. Thank you for being here. And hey there, Maggie2263. Thank you for being here. So today we are, I am coming at you from Kentucky. We've had a very rainy, kind of overcast type of day. And I know there's a great lineup of live shows tonight. So I'm going to hide that for a second so I can scroll to some other photos. I know there's a lineup of some shows tonight. If you're not familiar, RV on the Wayside is going live in 2 hours. That doesn't make any sense. It says in 2 hours at 7:30. Okay, well, they have a new thing they're doing. It's with him, Donovan at RV on the Wayside, Steve Turtle with Steve Turtle, I believe McGuire's on Tires, drawing a blank on his name. But there's like 4 channels who are coming together and they've created this new thing called VidLift. If you've not heard about this yet, definitely go check it out. As creators, if you have a video you need some help with that you've already published, you can send in a minute segment, of your video and email it to them, and they will give you on air on their live show tips and tricks and things to help you improve that maybe you haven't thought of, so that when you make your next version of that video, you can have better success with it. Even I think they also give you just tips and tricks you can do for already published videos as far as improving your SEO, your titles, your descriptions, things like that, your thumbnails. So check that out. Donovan with RV on the Wayside will be live here. It says at 7:30 p.m. and I am in Eastern time, so that's in 2.5 hours. And then we also have, then at 9 p.m. we have Ray with Van Life Rocks. He will be going live, followed by Van Vita Travels at 10 p.m. I thought Van Life with Gina was going live. I guess she didn't post her. I tried to find her live show thumbnail earlier and I couldn't find it. So if there is a moderator, if there is a link to Van Life with Gina live, please let me know. I'm just going to show you a photo of this shelf storage I've been working on. And there we go. Now, let me come back over here. I'm going to add this in. Now, what I've been doing is, real quick, hello to Michael McReynolds. Thank you for being here. And, oh, Roy and Becky are here. Thank you all for being here. They, excuse me, Michael McReynolds saying hello from Indianapolis. And Roy and Becky, they need to check on the generator. Howdy to all those that said hello. Well, cool. Thank you, Roy and Becky, for being here. I hope the generator is okay and everything's going okay. Make sure I didn't miss anyone. Thank you, Maggie, for the nice picture comment. So yeah, today I'm gonna, hey, Cell X, I'm gonna show you another photo here now. Now, I spent probably a couple days on this so far, and it's still not finished. This is a, oh, that's where I got confused, I think. Sorry, you all. Van Life with Gina. I do have the link. Yes, so Van Life with Gina will be on in 3 hours at 9 p.m. Followed by Van Vita Travels. All right. It's going out. So I decided I needed some storage, and you all have probably heard me talk about a fold-down desk area in my minivan. So I'm giving you all a sneak peek. This is in no way finished. This is a middle way stage progress photo, I guess you could say, of the shelf unit here. And I just wanted to share this with you all out there, anyone else who might be in a minivan who is looking for a solution. Hey, Sue with Lucky Dog Productions moderator. Thank you for being here. So this is what I came up with for the shelf area. So in a Dodge Grand Caravan, you have cup holders and an armrest back there. And what I did is I covered that and extended it out to make it a bigger shelf, essentially. Let me see if I can zoom in and give you a closer look. There's a channel I follow. He does music for film, but he's also in van life, and he is out on the West Coast, I think in California somewhere. His channel is Ian O'Donnell or Ian McDonald. It's Ian O'Donnell, I think. Let me see. Regardless, he inspired me with the way he did his jackery. So here you can see I have my jackery right back in there, and I use this kind of like a quarter round trim, just 2 pieces to hold the jackery there. And because of the way the jackery is designed and the feet on the bottom of the jackery, that jackery sits there very well, no matter what kind of turns I make. I did some testing earlier, went up to the store, took it out on the expressway, and nothing moved. So I'm really happy about that. On the bottom here, you can see I have these 2 wooden blocks that kind of look like little feet, kind of. These are needed to keep your these vertical pieces completely horizontal, which is not horizontal, completely vertical and level, so that when you go to create your template for the top, you need that, because you have to know exactly where the top's going to be landing. Um, what I did here on this corner is I cut the plywood in this weird shape to where I could screw down through the top of through the plywood and into the end of this 1x3. And then I needed it to mirror what I had already done on the bottom shelf. And on the bottom shelf, I actually mounted it. It's not very pretty, but you can see these were actually both pieces of scrap wood. So I didn't have to pay for the 2 vertical pieces. The 2 feet were also free. They were scrap wood. These 2 pieces underneath here. So it has a 1/4-inch piece of plywood that creates the shelf, but then underneath is like a 1x piece. It's a 1x1, or it's a 1x2, and that's what I used to screw into on the legs on the front. So all of that was free. So far everything you're seeing is free except for this 1/4 round trim. I bought one 10-foot piece of 1/4 round trim, and then I did have to buy a piece of 1/4-inch plywood for the top. So I bought a 2-foot by 4-foot piece, a pre-cut piece that they have there, so that it's just easier to fit into my van. And I didn't need anything more than that, really. On this outside edge, zoom out a little bit. So from the top here, are you all seeing the mouse? I always get confused on that. Hi, Laura. Thank you for being here. Hey, Char of Heart. Thank you for being here. Hey, thank you, Roy and Becky. Appreciate that. So let me see, who else did I miss? Anyone? Anyone? All right. So I think you are seeing the mouse move. So on this right side where the angled pieces are, I'm going to have another reason I didn't buy a larger sheet of the 1/4-inch plywood is because I want to do a nicer kind of finished piece of plywood on this side, because I'm going to close in this whole side, so you can't, like when you're outside looking in, you're not going to be able to see that I have that jackery right there. So this whole side will be closed off, and then I'm going to do 2 shelf, well, at least 1 shelf. I'm considering 2 shelves from left to right down here on the bottom. They're not going to be very wide. This is only about 5 inches, and back here it's only about 4 inches off of the van wall. So just some small shelves. Maybe I can do some canned goods storage right there, or maybe I'll find something useful to store right there. I did have to use, so I bought a furring strip. Instead of spending the extra money and buying like a proper 1x3 or a 1x2, they have these things called furring strips, and they use them a lot in different aspects of building. Sometimes when you're doing a van build, for instance, on the floor, the floor has these grooves, and so they'll come in with these furring strips. Sometimes, actually, no, they fill that with insulation. On the walls, they use these furring strips, and that's what you would screw into. These are I've seen them used that way before, but these furring strips are they're cheap. I think it was like $2 for an 8-foot piece, and I just cut it into 2 legs, essentially, for the back. Now, to get this whole unit to stay where it's at, none of this is attached at any point to the van. There are no holes I made. I didn't have to add any kind of hooks or straps or anything to hold this in there. What I did do is I added, this photo isn't the best. If you are seeing my mouse, you'll see I'm pointing to 2 holes right here where there's 2 screws, because right underneath there is a piece of 2x4 block. And then on this side, it's covered with the jackery, so you can't see it, but there is a cup holder, and there's another 2x4 block. It's actually like a 2-foot by, not 2 foot, it's like a 2-inch by 2.5-inch piece. I had to custom cut this piece, but it's essentially 2 blocks that fit there into the cup holders of the van. And just because of the way the shelf is designed, there was here's a side view of it. There was no need to actually attach it to the van anywhere. So because of the way the van curves, this piece, this first block, the front side is actually going to be a little bit longer than the back side of that board, just because the van, it curves, that wall curves right there, and there's nothing you can do about it. Same with the back. The back's going to be even shorter than the front piece because as you transition to the back of the van, this wall curves out and it's just different dimensions. So I cut this edge at an angle so that I can match the curve of the van. So looking at it from this angle, you will see all of this will be covered. And there is here in the bottom, there's a black 12-volt outlet here. I will have a hole cut out so that I can still access that 12-volt outlet. That way I can charge my Jackery while I drive or anything else from that outlet. And then let's see, on top here, I just have I have my heated blanket. It's a 12-volt heated blanket. I have a Pringles can, which this is my tip for storing Kroger bags and various shopping bags, is get a Pringles can, and it takes up little space and you can fit probably 50 bags in there. So yeah, that's a Pringles can right there. I'll get some better photos, but this is just kind of a sneak peek for you all. Here is my rechargeable USB fan, and I also have like a hooded sweatshirt folded up right there. I also want to point out that I Velcroed the remote control for my star lights. I Velcroed that right there so that as I'm in bed, I have access to the remote. And I'm also considering a flip down desk here that will flip down, and I can have my laptop there, as well as I will have lighting, motion sensor lighting underneath this top shelf. That way when I open that flip down desk part, the light will come on. And I'm considering making this area in the back here a charging station for all my camera batteries, anything that needs to be charged. I have little portable battery packs that they need to be charged, my rechargeable fan, pretty much everything. I could recharge it right in this area. I'm also considering maybe some smaller shelves on the side for like maybe some spices. I just want to try to utilize all the room in this space. So let me come back over here to chat and check on that. Check on that in the chat. Let me pull this back so we can see this. It's so yeah, this is the in-between stage right now. Still have a lot of finishing to do. And the I'm considering on the top of the shelves either doing a clear coat lacquer or doing the same blue contact paper that I did on the back of the cabinet. So let me know what you think in the comments. Should I do a clear coat on the top of these shelves, or I can do there's this blue contact paper on the back of this kitchen cabinet on the left here. I could do that same blue contact paper on the top of this and on the top of this very top shelf. Let me know what you all think, and I'm going to come check in on the comments here. I'm not going to be live for very long today because I know there's a lot. It's a busy day. It's a Saturday, which, by the way, happy Saturday, coming at you from Kentucky. We are hitting mid to upper 70-degree weather today. We had a bunch of rain. I'd like to say hi to Robert with RV Weekends. Thank you for being here, my friend. I missed a lot this week because I had this job. We were shooting a commercial. I can pop that up. I am wearing my new shirt from the Lost Ollie, which was the Netflix thing I just did. Let me actually pop that down. This is my crew shirt from Lost Ollie. So this is the rabbit. That's Ollie, and What's cool about this shirt is on the sleeve, it's got 2021. I thought that was a nice touch. And then on this sleeve, it's got the Netflix. So this is my Netflix Lost Ollie Crew shirt from my experience working as a set decorator. This was just last week. Worked as a set decorator on this slash on-set dresser. I was kind of wearing multiple hats on that, which is fine. You know, it's fine when you know multiple skill sets. It happens a lot. I'd like to also say hi to Lisa. Thank you, Lisa, for being here. And I'm sure I'm probably missing some people. So as a reminder, there's a link pinned up here in the comments. If you haven't stopped by yet and checked out The Adventures of Traveling Mike, he has a record-setting. He's already set the world record for the longest hosted live stream on YouTube. So go over there, check him out if you've not been there. Most of you all probably know about it already. Hey, Graham Patterson Travel, thanks for coming over, being here from Scotland. I always love when you show up. Kathleen Klein, thank you for being here. If I missed you, I feel like I might have missed you. Nursing Our Travel Bug, thanks for coming in. Who else do we have? A must for remotes. Yes, that is a must. Lisa at Artscape Adventures by Lisa said that is a must for remotes. And it's absolutely true. She put hers on the wall. Solek says, okay, great idea. Need to take a Pringles can to the store and size up bags to fit in the. Yeah. I just bought a can of Pringles and then I just stuff them in and stuff them in there pretty tight. I'm scrolling on the wrong part. And let's see. And Lisa says she likes the shelf. Good idea. Thank you, Lisa. And Troy says, are you sure this is a minivan? It looks so much bigger in the pictures. This first floor is the minivan floor, and then there's a basement area that we haven't even gotten into yet. I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's just a minivan. That would be amazing if it was something much bigger than that. Maybe one day. And maybe someone will want to buy this van once I actually finish it. Maybe someone will want to buy the whole van with the conversion, and I could, upgrade to my next ride. Hey, Doreen with Camping Therapy. Thank you for being here. And hey, Blind Views. Thank you for being here. And did I say Char of Heart? If not, hi, Char of Heart. Thank you for being here. And I think Dale Bruce is in the house also. Thank you for being here, Dale. Char of Heart says, cool. Thank you all for coming in. Laura loves the shirt. Hey, Laura, thank you for being here. That's in the cooler northern part. I miss what you are. 70s in Arkansas. Okay. Solex is saying, paint it the color of the van walls is what I would do. Yeah, it would blend in. That's for sure. J Rock says, what color are you going to paint? I would just a white color, maybe a blue. I like the blue. Yeah, that's why I'm kind of picking your all's brains here. Let's see. Both, if you use both, it would look really nice. Lucretia says, you are doing such a great job. Thank you, Lucretia. Troy says, SOS from another dimension. Well, hello. Are you in the 9th dimension or 10th? Can we get, which dimension is it? So X said, howdy. All right, I think I'm caught up. If I missed you, just say it again or ask again. Robert with RV Weekend says, cool shirt. Thank you. Thank you, Robert. And the big thing for me. Extra space. Got a few 2008 caravans. Yep, the stow and go. Now, if you have a space to store the seats, to take the seats out and store them, then you can create tons of storage space. I am trying to not have to have a storage unit or storage space, so I was torn between, do I want to take the seats to the dumpster, and then would that ruin my chances of reselling it for a decent price, or do I want to put the seats in storage and have to pay for that? And I didn't want to do that. So yeah, if you have a place where you can store it, that would be great. I'm trying to go to a minimalist type of life. Dale says just barely, but he's here. Oh wait, who said who? Someone has a 2008. Troy with Nomadic Rat Pack says he has a 2008 Stow and Go. I love it, but it is not camperized. But yeah, that's okay. See what Bree says, or Kathleen says about to Bree. See what happens when there's a crack in the space-time fabric. You never know who or what is going to slip in. Did somebody slip in? I missed it. It's that Have Cheetah Will View. Hey, thank you for being here. Jay found one with a table mount. Hi, hello, Purple Tube. Thank you, Purple Tube in the house. I'm going to do a little bit of strumming here in a second. Yes, I can show the photos again, Doreen. In fact, let me just do it. There we go. This is the photo of the storage shelf that I am working on. I'm about the halfway point on this. So first I create a template out of cardboard strips and tape. And then from that first template, I create a solid piece of cardboard template that's exact. Then from the cardboard template, I will trace that onto the plywood, cut out my shelf. Now for this particular shelf, of course, neither one of them were close to being the same because the way the van is, it's narrower down near the armrest, and then as you go upward, the space opens up and gets a little bit bigger. So I had to create, what I ended up doing is the first template from the bottom shelf I used as a starting point and just added to it to create the template for the top. It wasn't the easiest, but I found that adding the feet at the bottom, these two little pieces here, adding those is one of the big keys, because without it, your legs here, they can move around and not be straight up and down, and you really need them to be straight up and down to get your template right. And for my mounting points, I just drilled screws down into the bottom into these 1x3s for the feet, and then the legs on each side are just 2 screws right into, there's some 1x2 trim I added underneath this shelf, and that's what I screwed into. And this is 1/4 inch plywood because it was scrap, and the top shelf is 1/4 inch plywood, and this little trim around the edge is just 1/4 round. And I went with an open look for the top. The side here, as you come into the van, this whole side that's at kind of an angle, I'm going to get a piece of this birch plywood or birch paneling I've seen. It has a really nice finish to it, and I'm going to put that here. And then I'm considering doing some of this opening or at least covering the front of these legs with that same material. That way, and then back here using that same birch type material. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with the backside yet. So that's, let's see, is it this one? No, is it this one? That's what I kind of have going on right now. It's going to be paint it to match everything else. So my cabinet's green, and then I can either go green throughout with everything. And then, of course, on the bed, the Mexican striped blanket, I can get any color blanket and quickly switch the theme up. Now, I do have a kind of a baby blue sheet set, and I have a dark blue sleeping bag. You know, all that bedding stuff can be changed to quickly match. The van has tan interior, and I added it's like a white oak flooring because they said the lighter oak, you can see the flooring here in this photo a little bit. The lighter colors for your flooring helps make the space feel larger. So when you start to go with a darker color on your floor, you're going to start to make the space feel smaller. So that's a tip that I picked up on my research when I was picking out all the stuff for my van. Because I tried to optimize the space, but also tried to do these little tricks to make it feel bigger than it was. Let's see what's Ron saying. That template vid is very helpful in illustrating custom fit. Thank you, Ron. And I'm actually going to do a whole video on how I created the shelf, how I made all the templates, the whole process for this shelf. Because so far, the only pieces that I bought are the 1/4 inch round, in the back, the 2 short legs that are in the back there, which, Doreen, I don't know if you've seen here on the Jackery, I had this 1/4 inch round. I have 2 pieces here around the Jackery, and then I use that same 1/4 inch round, not 1/4 inch, it's quarter round. It's rounded on a 1/4 of the piece, but I use the same round on the top to keep things from sliding off. And this 1/4 round around the Jackery, it keeps that Jackery right there in place. As you can see in this photo, I have a battery pack recharging off the Jackery. Thank you, Graham Patterson Travel, because the van looks great. Oh, is Evening Shade here? Hey, Lori Lynn, thank you for being here. Doreen saying she's debating on whether to use a mini fridge or a cooler in her camper. Mini fridge takes up what could be storage space. See, and I'm right there. You know, that's another one of my branches I've been researching and trying to decide on, because this cooler is nice, but honestly, I feel like it's too big for me, and I don't want to have to keep dealing with ice. So in the future, I want to upgrade to possibly a mini fridge or a 12-volt type cooler or something, or maybe a mini fridge that can be 12-volt or 110. See, I'm still learning about all that stuff, but you know, I'm thinking about doing something there. If that does happen, if that is the case, and I end up getting something that happens to be longer than this area, I've already planned, and the way I designed this shelf is I designed it to where if I needed to, I could unscrew this leg on the left side and I can move it in to a different spot, or I can move it in a few inches if I needed to. Let's see, what is J-Rock saying? He's saying, do you have the feet screwed into the van, or using the weight of the shelf just holds it in place? You mentioned blocks in the cup holder to keep it in place. Yes, you're right. I don't have any screws in the feet into the van at all. They're not screwed down to the floor. And actually, the only thing the feet do is keep the legs of the shelf from going in or out. That's the only thing. There's no weight on the feet at all. All the weight of this unit is on those the cup holder. I guess on the legs too, because the legs do go down there. But the feet, they just keep the legs from going side to side. And I do have 2 blocks in the. So there's like a cup holder under the Jackery, and I have a block into it, and then there's some type of little indentation back here by the speaker, and I have a block into it. The way, though, that this top shelf is designed, it's such an exact fit. Like, I wish I had the photo of how weird the shape of the shelf is. the way I have it where it folds around and cuts around everything, it it holds itself in there, just through pressure, the pressure of it. I'm just going back to see if I missed anything. He's going to be buying his van the end of May or beginning of June, mostly used for DJing. There's a really cool link I shared on my Facebook page or Facebook group. One of them, this guy, he Bruce Parks is his name, and he just hit 10,000 subscribers. He designed a minivan camper in a box for a minivan, his Toyota Sienna. He does beautiful work, beautiful craftsmanship. I shared his video. It's the fastest minivan camper conversion. And the reason he said that is, well, one, it's a time lapse, so of course it's going to look fast. But for two, it really is fast. He wheels this box out from his garage, and everything is on there. His solar, his bed, everything in the van, all of the storage, his shelves. This thing is amazing. So that's something that that's one thing that I want to do is I want to make my own custom design where it's something like that, where it's like a box, not a box, but it's like a kit. Thank you, Have Cheetah Will View. Sorry, I don't know what your real name is. Doreen says, looks good. How will you keep it all from falling over? I think I answered that. But yeah, when I do the full video on the start to finish of this shelf, you'll see a lot more detail on how it's engineered underneath. But essentially, it's two 2x4 blocks that are in the cup holders. They're talking about the stow and go. Wow, there was a lot of chats that I missed. Sorry, you all. The stow and go. Talking about the stow and go. And Kathleen's right about that. The less weight, less fuel you use. Lisa said she just put up a video. Greg's saying, wouldn't you just paint it the same color as your other cabinet? That's kind of what I was kind of thinking, doing everything the same, but we're going to see. J-Rock got a good price. Wow, $4,900. That's awesome. Okay, and we're back up to there, I think. Right, let me make sure. Hey, Karen with Prairie Life, thank you for being here. And Just Teresa, thank you for being here. Let me make sure, see. Hi, Karen. Hope you're doing good. I've been crazy, insane busy this week and last week, and really about 3 weeks. My schedule has just been, it's been wild. I did the Netflix pickups for Lost Ollie, which they shot in Vancouver, Canada, and then they sent the crew here to Kentucky to finish. We had a few days of shooting with them, and that was an amazing thing. I was able to work with an Oscar-winning director, Peter Ramsey, and that was just unbelievable. The writer is actually from the town where I live, so I was able to talk to him for about a good 15-20 minutes when we were shooting on the Bella Louisville. That was an amazing thing. And then just this last week, I had a commercial that I was doing with a huge Instagram star, or maybe she was a TikTok or I'm not sure. I'm not into all that. But it was a big star, was promoting a brand, and we did a commercial. It was a lot of fun. And in addition to that, just just surviving, honestly, trying to make plans. I've been working on this storage shelf here. That is the big thing for this week. I filmed a lot of footage for that. Let's see. Talking about fridges and compressors. If I could talk. J Rock saying Walmart for a mini fridge. Yeah, and that's what Doreen was saying. She couldn't fit a gallon jug in there, which that would be helpful to fit a gallon jug in there. Lisa has the freezer fridge, 12 volt, runs off Jackery, works awesome. Lisa, which Jackery do you have? Because that's what I'm talking about getting is like an Alpicool, just because of the price point. I mean, some of these 12 volt cooler type fridges, they are as expensive as a big fridge you get for your house. And just Teresa, thank you for being here. I've seen you comment it, and I know several of you have commented on my videos. I've not forgotten about you. I swear, I promise I'm going to get back to you all. This has been, oh, thank you, Troy. This has been a crazy month. It's actually been about 3 weeks. Doreen says she's not using solar. And Dana says she needs a fridge instead of the cooler she's using. Yes, exactly. In time, Dana, like you got to start with what you got, and that's kind of the key. That's the motto of my build. I used what I had until I was able to upgrade to other things I didn't have. Of course, the Caravan wasn't my first choice. I wanted the big Sprinter, but you make do with what you have, and if you're grateful for what you have, and if you take care of it and you appreciate it, then it will last. It'll last longer, and it will ultimately lead you to your next thing. What I missed? Lucretia said something. Hey, Laura Lynn, thank you again for being here. Jay Wright says he's got a mini fridge from Walmart. Yep, that is a good starting point. Thank you, Lori Lynn. What did I miss from? Hold on. Oh, awesome. 25 in the house. Thank you all for, I did not think that we were going to break 20 today, honestly, but thank you all for being here and showing up, everyone who stopped by. J Rock says he's got about 8 bands saved on Facebook. That's awesome. So thank you all for, man. Yeah, I'm going to do a better template video. Right. Oh, and who is this? Welcome. It's Mimi, y'all. Welcome, it's Mimi, y'all. Thank you for being here. She says she's not using either a cooler or a fridge right now. I've realized that not much food really needs to be refrigerated. Yep, you're exactly right. And I actually, as part of my research for my van life journey, I have a list of foods that I can buy that don't need refrigeration. So, for example, nut varieties, even some of the berries, you don't have to have refrigerated. Granted, they won't, sometimes might last a little longer if they were refrigerated, but still, as long as you're eating them within an acceptable amount of time, such acceptable kind of time frame, a few days, you don't have to refrigerate some of those fruits, like, but even oranges and bananas, things like that. Also, stuff like oatmeal, you don't have to refrigerate that. What other stuff? Oh, dates. I eat a lot of dates because, as you may or may not know, I don't do sugar. I'm avoiding added sugars, and I just hit my 9 months yesterday. 9 months of no sodas, no colas, no pop, none of that. Oh, what did I miss here? Karen says she has an electric cooler she bought at Costco. If I let you hijack, well, I'm trying to end this before 6 because I'm just trying not to go super long on my lives. She's got the 500 and 1000. That's right. She was telling me she has a bunch of things she charges. See, that's great, Lisa. I'm working on that. Hey, Robert, Mac in Asia, thank you for being here. I need to work on getting that set up. Hey, Van Camp and Woody from Western North Carolina, thank you for being here. Doreen says she always has a gallon of sweet tea with her. I remember when I drank sweet tea. It was so good. Not looking forward to the weird weather. Troy's hearing voices. Karen's talking about, so that's a cool story. Now, keep in mind that I'm a builder more than I'm a camera operator. Although I did shoot wedding videos for about a year, I'm still not super great at the camera work, but I'm trying to improve. But thank you, Karen. I appreciate you, and I appreciate you being here. Doreen says, "Are you near Winchester?" I'm in Louisville right now. I don't know how far Winchester is from Louisville. A trick question I always like to tell people or ask people is, how do you say the capital of Kentucky? Is it Louisville, Louisville, Louisville? And most people are like, they choose one or they say it the way they think, and then they're always wrong because the capital is Frankfurt. So you say, no, you say it Frankfurt. And then they're like, oh, ha, 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 ha. But yeah, that's a little Kentucky thing. Hey, Ray with Van Life Rocks. Congrats on hitting your 1K. I knew you would hit that. So excited to know that you hit it. Roy and Becky say that there are, I think they're in like a class 3, class C. They're in an RV. I'm just going to say RV because I don't know all the differences between, is it class C or class 3? Class C, right? Anyway, theirs, named Honey, has a 40-year-old 3-way fridge. And then they said they would upgrade to an Alpicool instead if they decide to keep that one, because I know they have another trailer. That one is I think it's a class C. I'm wanting to say. I don't know where I got class 3 from, but nice. Lisa uses her fridge for milk, cheese, butter, frozen goods, dinners, burgers, steaks. Jake says no good on letting him hijack. See ya, Bree. If I missed you leaving, exactly. Not everything needs to be refrigerated. Bandcamp and Woody has a 12-volt cooler that drains the house battery overnight, thinking of getting a refrigerator. See, what size battery, or is it just your vehicle battery? Let us know some more there, Bandcamp and Woody. Apples, that's another great thing that doesn't need refrigeration. Okay, Bree's driving but listening. A lot of fruit and veggies. Ray's in the house. Thank you, Ray, for stopping in. Wow, this chat is on fire. Hey, Ray. North Coast Road. All right. Feel like I probably missed some things. So Doreen saying Honey is a class C. The other one is a hybrid travel trailer. Okay, class C. See, I don't know where I got class 3. I think I made that up. Maybe because I'm the third. That's a little bit of trivia for you all, in case you didn't know. I am Marshall the third, and ironically enough, I worked on a movie with a director who was also named Marshall, and I was like, well, we can just call me the third. And he's like, well, I'm the third too. I was like, how crazy is this that we're both named Marshall and we're both the third? It was wild. But he was really cool. that film is called Silo, and it was picked up by Oscilloscope. Let me see if I can spell that. Oscilloscope. That's who picked it up for distribution. So you should be seeing that movie this year sometime. It's called Silo. It's about grain bin entrapments, which a grain bin are those big bins on farms that look like silos. Not silos. I learned that those aren't actually called silos. They're called grain bins. So they technically got the name wrong. But anyway, sometimes the grain gets stuck in there, like the corn, and they have to go in from the top and try to use a pole to like loosen up the grain. And sometimes, like if you fall into it, the grain is like quicksand, and you can basically you get crushed and buried alive with this grain. And every year, people die from this. So this movie exposes, it exposes that side. Yeah, Marshall the Third sounds fancy. And oh, no way. You interviewed Daniel Hill. He's a buddy of mine because he's from Kentucky, and we are Facebook buddies, and we talk pretty often. When did you interview him, and what did you interview him for? We also did Rust Creek together, which is on Netflix. It is a thriller. And yeah, Daniel Hill, he's actually been on his own weight loss and health journey. And we are connected in that way too, because for the last 9 months, I've been on this journey of the journey actually goes back about 3 years when we were filming Silo, and I was having this pain. I was having this pain in my like upper quadrant of my abdomen, and the doctor said it could be gallbladder. So she didn't know what was causing it. So basically, I had to stop eating all these foods, and I go back for my checkup. And long story short, gallbladder is fine, but now I have these high triglycerides, so I had to do this crazy diet. And so at the same time, Daniel was doing his diet, starting his diet out in LA, and we have been like following each other on Facebook, kind of encouraging each other on our health journey. Daniel's a really good guy. Definitely, if you talk to Daniel, tell him Marshall said hello. Yeah, loved working with him. I've done 3 or 4 projects with Daniel now. Traveling Donkeys, welcome. Yep, and exactly, Karen. Sodium's the rotten killer. That's probably going to be the next thing. But I've already quit drinking soda. I quit smoking. It's been 26 months with no cigarettes. Quit drinking. Quit eating fried food. Well, I quit eating McDonald's like 2 years ago. Quit eating fried food. Quit eating the carbs. Quit eating all the desserts and the sugars, and yeah, quit drinking soda. So now, 9 months since the soda thing, and I think also the new diet where I'm doing this low carb, low fat, high protein diet. So it's not a no carb. I can still have carbs. 9 months on this diet, and I've lost 50 pounds so far. So my doctor said I'm going in the right direction. And Evening Shade says that they call them grain silos. Yes, that makes sense. I think that's where the discrepancy was, because they were just calling them silos instead of grain silos or grain bins. They actually filmed for 2 weeks in Oklahoma on that movie. Oh, you're in Oklahoma. Yeah, that's where Suckup, Sukkup, the grain, they make those giant bins. That's where their headquarters are. All right, let's see. We have about 6 minutes to talking about all that food, making me hungry. Hey, Dave with Crash the Wild. Thank you. I'm going to put this photo up again, because this is what we were talking about today. Let me make it a little bit bigger. Actually, I might have a sneak peek into the template creation process. Let me see if I can find that. And this is kind of, well, where'd it go? This is the process that I took. Here it is. To create the template using strips of cardboard. Here we go. Here it is. Strips of cardboard and tape. And just little by little, I added pieces to fill up this area. The reason I use strips to start out is because, this was the rough template. That way I didn't have to use a ton of cardboard to fill in all of that space. Okay, so that was it. Let me see if I can play it again. Oh, look how hairy my arm is. So yeah, strips of cardboard, I taped it out and just kept adding to it. Some places I used actual tape, like on some of the curves. So that was creating, so I started with creating the template for that top, and then I built everything else around that. That is, yes, J-Rock, cardboard is a man's best friend besides a dog. He also said I should do a video on what good foods to keep in your van that require no fridge, etc. You're exactly right. I actually have something in the work. Troy says I'm a template master. I'm getting good at templates, so if you need a template, let me know. I'll come see you. Troy also says Rob on the road thought he might have been the guilty one on that mishap. It's Mimi says, wow, 50 pounds, that's awesome. Carbs would be really hard for me to give up, and chocolate and coffee with creamer, for sure. So on the, so what I did on my diet is instead of giving up things, I replaced things. So I don't know. For me, it was all about perspective a lot. And so in your example, it'd be really hard to give up carbs. Well, I haven't given up carbs, so that would be hard. I still have carbs. And she says chocolate. So for when you're talking about carbs, there's some things you can do, or that I did. So instead of eating regular rice, I eat cauliflower rice. Instead of eating regular pizza, I try to avoid pizza. That's one of my hardest foods to avoid, because I love pizza. But they do make some pizzas like a cauliflower crust. There's a sweet potato crust. They make a pizza with chicken sausage, as opposed to the regular sausage. So there are some pizzas and some healthier options out there for carbs. Also, instead of lasagna, I make a chicken lasagna. So instead of lasagna noodles, I used sliced chicken, like deli chicken, and I use a sugar-free tomato sauce, and I use a ground turkey instead of a ground beef, so it comes out to be a really healthy lasagna. So things like that you can do. Instead of taking away carbs, you're just replacing them with healthier options. So that's one way to look at it. And then as far as chocolate goes, I still have chocolate. And the key to that is to get chocolate that's 72% cocoa or more. So that's what I do. It's a dark chocolate. I did give up milk chocolate and all the other added sugar type chocolate. Even this chocolate has some added sugar, but I believe it's Lindt, Lindt is who makes this chocolate. It's really good. It's just like so decadent in your mouth, and it just It's so good. So, and what else did you say? Coffee with creamer. Coffee, I would imagine, definitely hard to give up the caffeine. Creamer, you could always switch to an almond creamer or some other type of creamer that um, is a lower fat option. So that's some things that you could do on that. So, but thank you for your wow on that. Yes, have Cheetah will view. So the email, you can email me at mellownomadicadventures@gmail. Eating less sugar is definitely hard, for sure. Yeah. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna wrap this up. Oh, Fancy the Adventure, Daryl. Oh my God, I can't believe you are here from the hospital. Everyone, please, if you didn't know, keep Daryl on your thoughts, and we're all pulling for you, man. We're all pulling for you. I hope you, I hope you heal fast and can get back to your drive streams, your live shows, just everything, your adventures. We are all missing it, but to focus on you right now, especially get your rest, stay hydrated. Um, so let's see. Let me see if I can play a little ukulele song since Daryl's here. There we go. A little bit of music for you, Daryl. Hope you enjoy that. I know it's never fun where you're at, just to kind of be stuck there 24/7. So, oh, Bree's on the dance floor. Let's see. See if we can do a little action where you can see the ukulele here. And actually see what I'm playing. We're gonna do this one. Welcome, Daryl. Hope you heal super fast. Here we go. This is go. Let me get this angle just right. Y'all seen the strumming hand? Here we go. Here we go. Chord's really hard. I'm doing this for you, Daryl. It's really hard to play. Gotta start over. Oops. All right, I messed up. That's all right. There's no mistakes, only happy accidents, like Bob Ross used to say. All right, I will keep going on and on, but I can't do that. So thank you all for being here. Don't forget the link that's pinned into the chat there, Adventures of Traveling Mike. If you've not been there, he's got a 24/7 live stream, so go check him out. Coming up tonight, we have some live shows, some really exciting news coming from RV on the Wayside. His channel, along with 3 other channels, are doing this vid lift. If you don't know what vid lift is, you'll want to check it out because it's hosted by these 4 amazing channels, and they will help your channel grow. And that's tonight at 7:30. And then we have Van Life Regina is going live with a then and now look into Ray at Van Life Rock. So that will be a really great show. That's starting tonight at 9 p.m. So, okay, I obviously need to refresh some tabs, so don't listen to any of the times I'm saying, but it is 9 p.m. tonight, my time, Eastern time, followed by Van Vita Travels at 10 p.m. So let me just go back. RV on the Wayside at 7:30. Van Life with Gina at 9. And Van Vita Travels at 10 is the lineup for tonight. If you are looking for something to watch. And after that and until that, check out the link in the chat. The Adventures of Traveling Mike. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for all the questions. Sorry for any of the questions or comments I missed. What's Troy saying? Thank you, Troy. I've been trying to get that angle. Daryl, we can't wait for the next drive stream. Sorry I've missed some of these last ones. I've had crazy amount of work. Daryl says he can't wait to be out on the road again. Daryl, we can't wait to have you back. So, Lori Lynn, thank you for being here from Oklahoma. Hope you have a really great rest of your day. Ron C, thank you, my friend. Thank you for being a moderator and for dropping Daryl's link. Troy saying it's a large community of family, and we are your family. Thank you for letting us know you're okay. We all worry about you and care. We are all pulling for you, Daryl. Yes, that is so true. Definitely, there's a little bit of a hole here in this community right now with the absence of Daryl. So we're hoping that you come back stronger and better than ever. And a big hello to Steve with Desert Adventures in Arizona. Thank you for tuning in from Tucson, Arizona, or near there. That is awesome. I'm just going to use these last few minutes to kind of say hi to anyone I may have missed. It looks like I hit everyone. Roy and Becky's Travels, they had to go. That's okay. Have a great day. We're winding this down now. Don't forget to email me, have Cheetah will view. I would love to see that interview you did with Daniel Hill. Daryl says, thanks, everyone. Thank you, Daryl, for popping in. It was great to see you on RVDJ Sonia's live earlier today. So it was great just to see your face and to know that you were there and you were hanging on. And of course, everything's going to be good. You're going to heal and you're going to be back to normal, back to adventure. And we all cannot wait. We cannot wait to see you back and catch another Van City Adventure drive stream, live stream, interview stream, adventure stream. We want to see it all. So, and Bree says, see you all soon. And Ray is saying thank you. So thank you all for being here. We'll see you in the other chats tonight. Don't forget to check out the link that's pinned to the top of this chat, The Adventures of Traveling Mike. He has a 24/7 live stream. He is the current world record holder of the longest hosted live stream. If you go over there, if this is your first time hearing about it, go over there and tell him that Marshall from Mellow Nomadic Adventures sent you. Everyone have a great rest of your Saturday. I'll be seeing you all. I'll be seeing you all tonight in the live streams, and we're going to end this with Troy. He's going to say, I love being at your lives. I'm going to go over to the Adventures of Traveling Mike and see if there's a troll I can zap. We love what you do, Marshall. Keep being you, and I love what you all do. I love you all coming here and supporting me and lifting me up when sometimes I'm not in the greatest of spirits. I'm so thankful to have you all in this community as part of my family now. And I will see you all around on the next live.